Yo, what's poppin' with it? It's your boy, Shofu the BeatDown. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I animated my entire next YouTube intro. It's going to come out in December or 2024. I'm not sure yet. But obviously, I'm not finished with it yet, so you won't be able to see all of it just yet, but I'll be putting extra stuff. So, the first thing I animated, and I will teach you how to animate, is how to animate a illustration as opposed to frame by frame or anything. If you want to just animate a still image, okay? The easiest way to do this is to get the image split into a bunch of different groups. The easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is if you already have the Procreate app, you can take advantage of this the best way possible. All right, this is the still image. It's one frame, but it's a bunch of different layers, okay? So it's one actual picture when put together. So to prove what I'm talking about, I'm going to switch out of Procreate Dreams for just a second. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And now I can actually show you exactly what I did. So I am going to single out this layer. This is a random hand. The hand isn't even that good, right? I didn't even draw it anatomically correct. So I drew each of the body parts. Because the angle allows you to do this, like this is what the image would look like anyway. So it's even better of a pose, is what I'm trying to say. This is much easier of a pose to take advantage of because, for example, I can move the hand if I want to right now and be like, ah, you know what I mean? Like he could actually be doing this and conjure up some kind of like magical energy, and you would never see his elbow, for example. You wouldn't really see much of his shoulder either. So that's what I'm talking about. I took advantage of this to see, if I move over here, he doesn't have anything, but it looks like, look, I didn't even finish drawing the rest of his card belt. Like, I don't have to do it. You're not going to see it. The best part about animating is you know what you want your fans to see. You know what you want your fans to see. You know what you're going to direct everything into, yeah? When in doubt, you don't really know what you're doing, hit reset, just by the way. Makes it easier to pick up where you left off. So I drew everything else. The difference between doing this and doing a regular image is that I closed the lines. Like each of these objects is its own actual closed shape. So it was much easier to drag and drop the color tool into it. You know what I mean? So after you're doing each of these layers, right? And each layer is colored, I would normally shade and stuff. I could shade if I wanted to. That's why I also do this with the layers. I just go on a little clipping mask. I'll make it overlay or something, and then I'll get my little opaque pencil shading color and just go like that. See? Just like that, I can already start to shade, and I could actually keep it like that, if that makes sense. And I can do this for each of the layers. But anyway, so that's what I want to keep it like this because it gives me the option of how to take this drawing a little farther. So anyway, the way to practice this, after all the images are drawn and you have the layer like this and images like this, you want to, let's go here, yeah? Onto this, what is this thing even called? A suspender? Yeah, a suspender. You click the arrow and you go to warp. Warp is the way to do this best. Distort is more for like buildings and structures and making shapes be able to be seen from different angles. Uniform means whatever you do, it makes it to scale. So it's the same looking shape, bigger or smaller. And freeform means you can literally alter the entire image, but at different angles. You can make it look flat. You can spread it out. You can flip it to the other side. A little bit weird what freeform can do. But warp is what you need because when you move the cursor, it kind of has this little stretch feel to it. So if you go like this, then it looks like the suspenders are actually wrapping around the jeans. Yeah, as opposed to going like that, and you can tell this is a stupid drawing. But if you go here, it looks like it's actually doing something. So that was the goal. I did not want the tip of a suspender to like go inside the jeans. Yeah, it kind of looks like it knows what it's doing. So I'm gonna hit reset again. So if you keep going like that, it looks like you can kind of get some kind of smooth movement from a character being in the wind, for example, or powering up or something. So that's what I did. I warped everything, but I warped everything singularly in Procreate Dreams. So this is the head, as you can see, right? Let's zoom in a little bit. Now this group of layers is telling me that the hand is on top, of course. Yeah. The shirt, I clicked on the shirt, I hit the director symbol, I hit move, and I hit warp. Now I moved the shirt around 5 times in 9 frames. You see? So obviously, as you can see, the shirt is moving, but so are the suspenders, because if you go down a little bit lower of a layer, I got the left suspender right here, moving. I think this is even more frames than the, yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to how they're moving. I just wanted them to move and still be attached to the jeans. And I copied and pasted the keyframes over and over by copying and pasting this little section of movement. So if I were to duplicate this, nothing would happen because this is inside of a group. You cannot duplicate outside of a group. But if I were to ungroup this, right? If I were to ungroup this and I hit duplicate, it would appear right there, like right after. And on and on and on again until you tell it to stop. So you keep all the keyframes. It's very nice. You get to have static animation for people who are not moving around. You can kind of give them some charm and some flair by having something move at all times when they're standing around. So anyway, so I just dragged it around, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And that's it. It's that easy. If I really wanted to, I could do a keyframe right here in the beginning for his hand, right? I'll do move and scale. I'll add one at the very end. You can tell because it's white. And I could go... Hold on. I can move it like that. So you know I still am covering the card belt, but just a little bit more up here. And it could just be like aiming a little bit or something. So if I were to take this, zoom in, and spread it out so it loops when I press play. You see? That could be cool. I might even just leave it like that. Because you can import videos after you export them, but you can export them as frames into any other project. So I could use this special attack cut-in forever, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so now we're going to go to the next section. All I did was zoom in. It was very easy. I just took the image and zoomed it the hell in by going like this. It's not that hard at all. And obviously, because the image is going to be closed up, you're not going to see the arm, you're not going to see the jeans, so you're not going to see anything. You're going to see that. If I put 4 fingers on the screen, okay, what the hell? 4 fingers on the screen, I said. There we go. That's what you'll see. This right here. Okay? So next, you're looking at... Let's take the background color off. You can see the card. So next looking at the card. I think it's a group. It is not a group. Oh, no, it's just a picture. It's a picture. So I went to HSB. No, I didn't. I went to filter, HSB, and I took the saturation down to 0, and I put the brightness all the way to 100. So that allowed me to make the card look like it was appearing out of nowhere. This is the easiest way to make shit appear out of nowhere, by the way. If you want to make something teleport, just make the silhouette white and then have the color come in like that. The faster you do it, it looks cooler that way. But anyway, it was white, and then I did the keyframe here, the keyframe for the next time the opacity and saturation would change. Brightness and saturation would change. After that, the card is the same. So during that part, I go up to this part of the section, this little group. Let's ungroup this just so you can see all the frames. There we go. So I drew these little 4 orange dots. Did them again. Did it again. Did it again. Right here is where I start drawing the most random crap I could possibly draw. Just to entertain myself, really. None of this stuff matters because in the end, I'm going to have a nice little sound effect and that's all you're really going to care about. I drew a little face in there. The dragon's going to come out in a sec. Random stuff. I don't care. And I did an impact frame with the white background of the dragon coming out. I don't care. I just wanted to make this work. I was just doing a little test. I know the dragon looks like a weirdo. I did it for 2 frames, 3 frames. Then I did it again. I inverted it and then put some of that orange stuff on it. The light pen. I did that for 2 frames, 1 frame, 1 frame, then 3. As you can see, these are a bunch of groups, and they are all being rinsed and repeated. Just 3 frames, 2 frames each. I know I didn't need to put the little curvy lines on there. I just wanted to see if it would look nice, but this is the test, like I keep saying. But that's it. Under those orange lines, I did the little black ones too. I'm going to group this just so I can mute the entire animation for a sec. Group. So now I can just go like that to the whole thing. So I put the black stuff to just to make the orange stand out a little bit more. Maybe the black stuff looks good by itself. Let's find out. No. Looks kind of cool. It looks good together. Can't lie. All right, and that's it. So once again, you go out, you go back in, you play it from the beginning. He's charging up, red eyes, black, cannon. Okay, so that's my first animation ever with Procreate. I decided to go ham and turn this attack into a special attack that is part of another video. So this is the Token X BeatDown podcast YouTube intro. Now, there is one crucial bit of information you need to know, okay? I'm going to go show you the example right now. I'm going to make this drawing a couple seconds long just to show you. Favorite Pokemon of all time is Elekid, right? So, I'm going to do Warp on purpose. I'm going to hit the record button. Hey, let's talk to him. Okay. So I could probably keep going. Yeah, let's go. Hey, yeah. Some Pokemon gym or something, right? So I grouped the background and I grouped Elekid together, okay? So now I'm going to do a keyframe for the entire thing. Move and scale, right? I'm going to move and scale. Because the background is a picture, I can move the entire thing and I can group the entire thing. This is the most important piece of information you need to know. If you want to move like a camera and zoom in, zoom out of the entire frame of the entire whatever you're seeing on the screen, you have to have the background be a picture. You cannot animate the background, turn it into a video, and draw on top of it. You cannot import a video to draw on top of like a music video and zoom out or in after the fact. You have to do what you do on top of the video or turn the whole thing into a video and export it. So I'm telling you right now that you know what I did, I can show you this in better detail. Now, the reason you can see the background in this photo, in this group of frames right here, where Token does his red eyes black cannon that you just saw just now. The reason you can see it is because I had the background a picture for that section. I cut the video track off of itself, and I put the background behind it so I can move everything in the photo at the same time. It is the one thing you need to know about camera action. You cannot use camera action on a video, and you cannot group the video with an animation on top of it. You have to export the whole thing to a video file on its own, put the video back into its own project, and then chop it. And when you chop parts of the video, you can do whatever you want as you see fit. As you can see, if you look behind the part of the screen that is being highlighted, that is me moving the video over and over and over while the stuff is going on. It's allowing me to show you what I want you to see at the right time using keyframes and performance mode. So you don't want to not have that ability at all times. Worst case scenario, animate everything you want to animate, and then make sure the canvas is bigger than it's supposed to be. And then when you export it into your next project, you can then use that video shape and move it around so you can always show what you want to see. So you have to know what you're doing in advance. Just trial and error will really help that out. So let's get to the bottom of this. So you can see how this works now. Put the background behind. I flattened it. I distorted it to make it look 3D, even though it's not. Did the same thing there with the moving keyframes. And that's it. That's how I made this video. If you want to know more, I will do as many of these as possible to get you guys to understand why this is the greatest thing to ever happen to mankind. Animators are going to be popping up out the woodworks now. The community is going to be so damn big. 10-year-olds are going to buy this app and become gods when they're 20. Anyway, so I'm very excited to show you guys a lot more. So hope you guys want to join me on that journey. I'll still be making my music. I'll still be dancing. I'll still be doing my other content. But boy, oh boy, will I'll be all up on this. I'm going to do music videos with this shit for Cypher Gang, all that. Later on, I'm going to show you guys how to increase the amount of frames you do. You know what? Let me show you this little trick real quick before I go. Let's go with this section. So this section is where the little orb on BeatDown's left arm is getting bigger. Not the sparkle, but the orb, okay? You know what? I'll show you how to get rid of what you don't want to see. You can unhighlight the spark by hitting the check mark. Okay? So we're going to focus on this. Right? That's what you're looking at. So what if I wanted them all to move to the side? How do I group all the frames? I hit the edit tool, draw a line through all the frames I want to group. I hit group, and I just move them over. Not that hard, right? So then I could also increase the length of all the frames at the same time. The way to do that is you hold onto one of the frames and drag it. Not hard at all. Very nice. Now, if all of these frames, let's delete these for a second, okay? I hit delete content. I can highlight all these, hold on to the right side of one of the frames, and it will act as a frame duplicator for you, okay? That's how you do it. So now you can see the frames are moving a lot slower. End of story, okay? It's pretty easy. All right. You can actually have a whole scene of someone just bouncing around. It's actually sick. I imagine you can add some animation in between all these bounces. You know what I mean? Or you can change the position they're in as you move certain parts of them. So there's a lot of things you can get done with this. You can listen to a song, do it on beat with the performance. It's crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a lot more. So join me on Patreon, join me on Twitch. I stream on YouTube sometimes too, so just let me know. I'm gonna be doing a lot of classes, a lot of tips that I've learned. I'm gonna be going every day. I'll be doing streams and stuff. So just let me know. I'll be around, all right? Peace.
Don't talk about it, we actually do it. Don't rap about it, we actually move it. Don't talk about it, we actually don't rap about it, we